My opinion on Triple H. This is part two of a video I was doing about Triple H and Brock Lesnar. I wanted to give some justification because I do think Triple H is an incredible talent. However, so incredible that he deserves all the accolades and everything that he's got, I'm not so sure about that. It seems to me that Triple H detractors take it too far. Like everything he got is just from him being married to the boss, which is not true because he was he was a relatively big name even before he got together with Stephanie. How his career would have gone after that is another question. And I mean, and he did use Shawn Michaels as well, just to add to that to get to the top. But he performed gracefully when he did get to the top to a certain extent. And then there is the Triple H marks, who are just like, oh wow, he's just amazing. He's he's the game, and he did so much for the Attitude Era. He's better than The Rock. Okay, Stone Cold's better than him, but he's better than The Rock. And I have these discussions with people about Kurt Angle or Mick Foley in comparison with Triple H, and they're like, Triple H is better than Mick Foley and Kurt Angle, and I'm like, just get the fuck out of here. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So, and they say he's better on the mic than them, which is incredible. They're usually like Triple H, Jericho marks. Like they come together for some reason, and I like Jericho and Triple H, but I think history has been rewritten for Triple H, and he's done it magnificently, so that people really believe this shit, like that he would have been so successful without him positioning himself that way. So let's start this off. So one, why is Triple H okay? Why do I not like Triple H? What's the legacy thing about that I find troubling? Here's the thing. It is quite clear that Triple H relies on better talent, hotter talent, so as to draw money. And then after drawing money, then the argument can be used, oh, Triple H drew the money, and therefore he deserves to be where he's at. Jim Cornette himself said that Triple H is a guy who works with the guy who makes money. Every single person he's worked with was hot at the time, and he's buried some of them. He continually buries some of them. So there is Mick Foley, Mankind. Luckily, Mankind or Mick Foley was so charismatic on the mic, so hilarious that people got it. People just connected to Mick Foley, whether he won or lost, and he clearly put everything on the line. So so he positioned himself with Mick Foley. He then positioned himself with Stone Cold. Stone Cold, given, man's a genius. So obviously, if you position yourself with Stone Cold, you're going to be considered. I should point out, this is about being the greatest heel of the Attitude Era, not just one of the greatest superstars. This is what I take exception to. So we had Stone Cold, who he positioned himself with. Anyone who positions themselves with Stone Cold at that point in time was going to get hated. The Rock, corporate Rock, as charismatic and as great, and people will look back at it now and are like, oh wow, corporate Rock was amazing. As charismatic as he was, he got so much heat for going up against Stone Cold, and people hated him. People were booing him out of the building. So that is how, even someone as charismatic as him could pull that off. So Triple H did the same thing. Then we've got Triple H versus The Rock, that whole long period with the McMahon-Helmsley era. Again, The Rock was the hottest thing in the business. He positions himself against The Rock, beats him several times before we actually get a win, and any win we got out of The Rock was just like, you know, a very basic, you know, like it wasn't a clean win or something like that. It would be like The Rock pins Vince McMahon and takes the WWF Championship, something like that. So it took a long time for The Rock to beat this guy clean, you know, and he was also very selfish in the ring. The whole idea of a heel is to make the good guy look really excellent in the ring, and he was very selfish. It was like a kind of beat down mentality that he used to have. The only person he couldn't do that against was Stone Cold. Stone Cold would just not have it and just beat him down anyway. So I think The Rock, that's not just Triple H's fault, that's The Rock's fault. The Rock should have been more of a ring general in those scenarios, because he was the man at that point, and Triple H was supposed to be making him look good. In any case, so he took the heat from him, you know, did things to him, and I've got very, very little time. So he did things to him that anyone who was up against The Rock would have come across as pretty hated. And also he got, you know, like some good licks in every time, and used the whole McMahon Corporation thing, especially, you know, the far better on the mic guys, which were Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon, who were even better on the mic, or at least equal on the mic to Triple H. I think better, personally, on the mic than Triple H, and used them and their charisma, again, positioning himself with the hottest heels in the business to get himself over with the crowd. And so we have that. Then Kurt Angle comes along, suddenly makes a byline for the World Championship. Kurt Angle was really hot back then. He was such a good heel. He was so hilarious, so funny on the mic, very good at making the good guy look great, which is what a heel is supposed to do. But, you know, could show his technique as well. And he was pretty green in the ring back then, so he was relying completely on his charisma. And then there are like Triple H marks who were like, oh, he was better than Kurt Angle. What? From 99 to 2000, Kurt Angle was the man. There were two reasons I would watch, and friends in college who were casual viewers would watch wrestling. First, it was for Stone Cold. That was 98 to 97, 98, 99. 99 was Rock and Stone Cold that they watched it for. 2000, coming up to 2001, was The Rock and Kurt Angle. Those were the names that were buzzing around, because people loved what Kurt Angle did. He was just such a hilarious, cheat and goofy. You know, he wasn't trying to be like some badass like Triple H was trying to be. You know, the badass thing had already been done by Stone Cold, so there was no point doing that. So he just came in as a like completely unique character, and like he was trying to take on the babyface role, which he knew was out of fashion, the 80s babyface role, and like twist it on its head. So fantastic heel, very funny, delivered very hilariously on both in the ring and on the mic. So again, Triple H sets up the match with Kurt Angle, where it's Stephanie and whatever, and Kurt Angle outperformed him in that feud. Go back and watch that feud tape for tape, and Kurt Angle completely outperformed him. He was again hilarious. I might have to do a part 3.